Hello there, I'm here today to review for you the Cocomii, Cocomii is the brand name. I actually had to look that up because it's not even on the packaging, but they're all the same, right? The Nexus 6P Red Iron Man case, as they call it. I got this specifically because it has the kickstand on the back, and I was looking for that feature. I tried another one with a kickstand, and I wasn't very happy with the whole way the case was, and so I just tried another one. This, I will say right off the bat, the plastic is not the best. It is somewhat flimsy, but it does feel like a nicer plastic than that porous, black, easily broken stuff you'll find in a lot of other cases, and sunglasses in particular, that has plagued my existence with sunglasses. It does fit pretty nicely. It's a one piece, and there's a rubber edge that allows it really nice fit around the phone itself. It does not have too much overhang on the edge, which is really nice if you have screen protectors that have been pulled up by some cases that go over too far. Not an issue. It is a bit deep around the edges for the USB and the headphones. I will say I can't even get my usual headphones in there unless you have the round, very small headphones. It does have a good 1/4 inch deep gap in there. The case itself does feel pretty nice around the phone. I don't think it really adds too much rigidity to it, but it does a nice job of adding corners. At least there are these rubber corners here to help protect that if you were to drop it. So let's take a little closer look. Try to do this as best I can without my studio. Enjoy those clouds. So this does have the buttons to fit really nicely, and they work really well, smooth. There's no it's not the stiff buttons that you'll find on a lot of phones. The fingerprint reader is well located. It has enough space to fit your finger in there. It's not very deep like some other cases I've seen. It does seem to cut a little tight around some of these because there's a sensor right in here, so hopefully it doesn't block any of that off, and it does have the cutout for the speaker. The kickstand, of course, being the main reason I bought it. I will say it is pretty cheap. It bends quite a bit, and it doesn't really have a clear stop on it. It does hold it at a nice angle that I appreciate. I do like having it a little more up than down, but there's no real adjustment either, so if you like adjustable, this is not your case. Another problem I had with the kickstand, it is not formed very well. There's this little piece on the side here that sticks out, and there's one on both sides, but they're offset. So if you push this one down in there all the way, you will need a pry bar to get it out of some sort. When that happened with me, I pushed this down all the way. I needed to get my knife out. I couldn't get it out with my fingernails. So that's kind of annoying. As I'm guessing, being in your pocket, it's likely to get pushed down all the way. That really kind of turned me off of it, as the case was the main reason I got it. I do appreciate that the red is not the bright, gross red I see on a lot of these cases. It is a nice, darker, metallic, attempted red. It's not really full metallic, but it does have the nice rubberized grips here, so when you lay it down, it gives it a little grip, and it keeps it off the table. Obviously keeps your glass piece here off the table. And this actually, I had no problem fitting anything into the USB jack, so that was no problem at all either. Like I said before, the headphone jack, however, is very deep weld, and that will be problematic if you don't have a very small, slim headphone jack that goes deep. Then you'll probably have to wind up cutting out or drilling out part around this case if you use that. I know they've taken that away from the iPhone, but I still use my headphone jack. So other than that, the case is not bad. It's definitely not the worst I've reviewed. Definitely not the best. I would probably still be in search of a case with a better kickstand. But I do appreciate the slick red look, and I will probably wind up using this case. I just wanted to give you a quick update and let you know that this case survived the accidental drop test. You can see that tiny little scratch right on the corner there. This was on my lap in my car the other day, and I forgot about it. It's probably the most likely way I'm going to break my phone. I went to get out of the car, and just in time to see it slide off my lap and drop onto the pavement. It hit that corner right there that my camera is having a hard time focusing on. It hit that corner right in the ground first, and it sounded like a really hard impact on the rubber as opposed to plastic or glass or anything else, so that seems like it was a good quality rubber padding around the edge there. And then it landed on the face and didn't even touch anything, because there's a little bit of a rise from the lip, which is just enough to keep the face of the phone off of the surface. So I did actually wind up dropping this in the parking lot, and it survived without a scratch, except for that one little bit on the case there. The phone itself remains untouched. So I definitely will say that this is a good case for protection, and corner protection specifically.